welcome back to my channel. In today's video I want to talk to you guys all about activated charcoal, what it is, how it's made, and how to use it for natural remedies. So the type of activated charcoal I'm using or I have at my house is actually just a fine powder. This is food grade. This is made from coconut shell charcoal. I really like this one because it's so versatile. It's in a fine powder already, so I don't have to chop it or grind it or anything to be able to use it. But first off, I want to talk about what activated charcoal is not. This is not the charcoal that you use on your grill or your barbecue. Please do not go out and buy that thinking that that's the same thing, because it's not. That stuff is filled with toxic chemicals that you do not want to be putting into your body. I can't imagine what would happen if you actually use that stuff, so please do not use that. This charcoal is actually made from food organic grade materials such as coconut shells or wood, things like that, and it's done in a process that makes it activated. I'm not 100% sure on how they do that. All I know is that it's burned at very high temperatures, and then something else is done to it afterwards. I'm pretty sure it has to do with fire that causes it to be activated so that it is safe in the body. Okay, so there are several ways that you can use activated charcoal. The first being natural beauty enhancements. So you can use it as a mask, and what I like to do is put some honey with it and a little bit of water. The recipe that I really like actually calls for bentonite clay, but I didn't have any, so mine was actually a little bit soupy. So if you do have some bentonite clay, adding a little bit in that will actually thicken it up a little bit. But and I just apply it with a foundation brush and just let it set for like 10 minutes and then rinse it off. This can get very, very messy, so make sure that whatever you are using activated charcoal around, you don't care for it to get dirty. Do not get this on your grout or any kind of porous surface, because it will stain it. I actually have some on my shirt, and it is probably not going to come out. It may fade just a little bit, but it's probably not going to come out of my shirt. But it's okay. This shirt is old and tattered, and it's okay if it gets dirty. But if you're going to use this stuff, make sure that you use clothing and surfaces that you're okay with getting dirty. For my sink, it comes right off. I think it's because it's sealed. I don't have a problem with it getting stained with that, but it will stain your clothes, it will stain your grout, and any type of porous surfaces. I also like to use it to whiten my teeth. I love this remedy because it also makes my teeth feel so clean. It doesn't make them hurt at all, and the only thing I have to do is wet my toothbrush, dip it into the powder, and then brush my teeth for a minute or so. After that, I use a regular toothpaste, our natural toothpaste, to just brush over my teeth to get rid of the black around my gums, and my teeth are so much whiter when I get finished, and my mouth feels so clean. So I love this remedy. Another thing that you can use activated charcoal for is just a simple detox. So we always talk about getting toxins out of our body. If our body is overloaded with toxins, then we're not able to function at the best that we possibly could. So some people will put it in their water. It has no taste whatsoever. I've actually drank it for after I had some Japanese a few weeks ago. MSG always gives me a headache, and they couldn't take the MSG out because it was already cooked in with the food. So I ate it, and then when I got home, I immediately went and got some water, some charcoal, drank it, and the headache just started going away on its own. I didn't have to take any medicine. So it's really good to detoxify your system. Activated charcoal is a negative charge, and all of the toxins that are bad in your body are a positive charge, and so what it does is they stick together. So it doesn't absorb the toxins, it just like adheres to it so that your body doesn't absorb it, and then it just flushes out. So another thing that some of you may be interested in, I don't personally drink alcohol for just personal reasons, but it is supposed to be a good way to prevent hangovers. So if you go out on the town one night and you decide to have a little bit too much to drink, you can put some of that in some water, and it's supposed to help with that. I don't know how soon in advance you have to do that after drinking. I don't know if it can be done the next morning. I'm not 100% sure. I think with activated charcoal though, you want to take it as soon as possible to have the best effects for it. Another thing which could actually save your life if this was to happen to you or one of your children or anything like that is if they were poisoned or they drank or ate something they're not supposed to, that could be poisonous to the body. If you can immediately get this into their system, they actually do use this in hospitals sometimes instead of pumping somebody's stomach. It depends on how soon it was that they had taken the drug or the overdose or the poison or whatever it is, but putting this into your body, it adheres to it. So you want to do it as soon as possible after finding out that they have taken this or you have taken this poison or whatever. There's been one study done a long time ago where this guy took some type of poison along with the charcoal and had no side effects whatsoever just because he had the charcoal with it at the same time. So I wouldn't like not go to the hospital because of it. Like if you or a loved one has some type of poison put into your body, I would definitely still go to the hospital, but this could be something that you could do on your way to the hospital or right before you leave for the hospital, so as to ensure that that poison doesn't get absorbed into your body as quickly or at all. It can also help with food poisoning, so I don't know if you guys have ever had food poisoning. I haven't, thankfully, but if you can take it in some water. There's also activated charcoal pills, so if you can handle swallowing a pill, you can do that as well, but it's supposed to help with food poisoning. And the last thing that I can think of that it actually helps with, that I just found out, and I wish I had known last year about this time, is that it can help with bilirubin levels or jaundice in babies. So when Sayla, our 1-year-old, was first born, her bilirubin levels just kept going up and kept going up and kept going up. And she ended up having to be hospitalized overnight in Children's Hospital, and it cost us $5,000, and that was because that was our deductible. It was way more. Thankfully our insurance covered the other half of it, but if I had known this at the time, it probably could have saved me a lot of money. But what they do is they mix just a little bit of water or breast milk with the charcoal, and then they feed it with a syringe to their baby, along with putting the baby in the sunlight or under a blue light, and it helps to get rid of the jaundice and the bilirubin levels, so everything calms down. So if our next baby, which I'm pregnant with right now, ends up having bilirubin levels that are elevated, we will definitely try that first before we go to the hospital, because I don't really want to pay $5,000 again if we can help it. So our midwife actually told us about that, so I'm really excited. I mean, hopefully our child doesn't have that. We don't have to worry about it, but you know, in the case that it does, I feel like we have another option before we have to go to the hospital and stay overnight and expose our child to any other kind of illnesses or whatever may go on in the hospital. So that is all that I have on activated charcoal. If you've used it before, I would love to know what you've used it for in the comment section below. I'm thinking that this is a staple at our house because it has so many uses for it, and it's definitely something that is going to be great in the case of emergency. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any more questions, I'll be glad to try to answer them in the comment section below. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you would like for me to do more videos like this with natural remedies and things like that, let me know in the comment section below. If you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!